Hey everyone, Mermaid JC here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be taking you through the steps that I do to make my homemade soap. It's sitting in the mold right now. And I will be unmolding that in about 48 hours. It takes me a little bit more time to unmold things because I use canola oil, Canadian canola oil, instead of olive oil. So if you want to see the unmolding of this soap, be sure that you're following me on Instagram, link down below, because I will be doing the reveal over there on my Instagram. Hello and welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how I make my soap. I will not be doing an instructional type video because I'm not that confident in teaching you like how to work with dangerous things like lye water and stuff, but I will list what I use down below in the description, and I will also link 3 soaping channels that are great at teaching you for tutorials and anything like that. This is just what I do, and again, this is not an instructional video. It's just for watching for fun. Here I have my soft oils. I have my castor oil, my sweet almond oil, and canola oil. I only use canola oil and not olive oil because the canola oil comes from Canada. So that's the only reason why. In here, I have my hard oils, which I have melted down and they have cooled now to the touch so I can use them. This is my coconut oil, organic coconut oil, and my organic, sustainably planted palm oil. That's important, and I'll explain that a little bit later during the video. So I'm gonna mix these two. I think I'm gonna mix them in here. It doesn't really matter. The only reason why they're separated right now is because the hard oils I had to microwave or heat up to get them to be liquid because these are semi-solid or solid oils, and the other ones I did not have to do anything. I'm going to give them a little mixy mix, just a little stir there, nothing too special. Here's the important bit. This is my lye water. It has been sitting overnight, and just so that it's cool, because when you make this, it heats up. Okay, this gets extremely hot when you make it, and you do not want to work with extremely hot oils or lye water because it will solidify your soap too quickly, and then you won't be able to work with it. So I'm going to take my stick blender. Let me just make sure that you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm going to take my stick blender. I'm going to put my stick blender into my pitcher right here, and then I'm going to tilt it and take my lye water and pour it down the stick blender so that it just gently flows into the oils and doesn't create too many bubbles. Perfect, there we go. And now you can already see it's starting to thicken up a little bit, and now we blend. I'm going to stop about there. This process is called soponification, hence the word soap. And this is just what happens when the lye water or the sodium hydroxide mixes with oils. A chemical response happens and it thickens up. So I'm going to move that aside now. And so there's my soap. So my soap is already forming. I'm going to take my other container that I had my other oils in, and I'm going to dump a little bit out here. This is just separating my colors. So let's see, is that about, that's about right. So I'm going to put my white in here and my red into here. For my colors, I do use oxides. This is a red oxide. It might not look too red, but it does turn out quite red in a soap. And this is titanium dioxide. This is what I use for my whites. So let's start with our red first. I'm going to dump just a little bit. That should be enough. Let's stir that and give that a try. When working with oxides, I actually would recommend putting them into a carrier oil first, like your sweet almond oil or a castor oil. But Doesn't that look fantastic? Look at that color. Oh, so beautiful. So beautiful. Such a beautiful color. And the next we're going to work with is our titanium dioxide. I'm going to move my red aside. Give that a little dumpy dump right in there. I did pour some onto the side, so I'm just gonna bring the soap up and just scrape that down. And again, this is why I don't do tutorial videos on this, because I am doing things that other soap makers would just be cringing at. Like, oh my god, why did you mix the red first? Now you have red on your stick blender. Okay, and there's my white mixed in there. Now, I'm not too worried about the red looking like this. The red actually is coming out a little bit orangish. That's okay. If it wants to be orange, it can be orange. The scent that I'm working with today is called Oak Barrel Cider Type. It is a fragrance oil. This smells like a cinnamony apple cider. And I just adore it. I think it's fantastic and wonderful and yummy. And now when working with fragrance oils, you gotta be very careful. Just a splash. Just a splash goes in. It fragrances it. It scents it right up. And you've got to be careful working with fragrance oils because it can be very harsh on the skin if you use too much. Now why, JC, why are you putting the stick blender in like that when you've got red on it? Oh my gosh, no. You're gonna make your white all corrupted. And this is why. I will show you why I'm doing this. So there, we're gonna get all the delicious smelling soap off of our stick blender as best we can. Good. And then we're gonna do what's called, see, it's thickening up. Already look at it get thicker. It's like jelly now. So I gotta work quick. So we're gonna push this into here. Plop, 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 plop. Quickly now, quickly now, quickly now. Because it is starting to thicken. This fragrance oil does thicken up your soap. We're gonna give this a little poke, poke. Poke, poke, poke. Not too much of a poke, poke. And then quickly take our mold. I got these molds off of Amazon. And we're gonna pour our soap. Look at how beautiful that is. Look at that. Can you see that? It's gonna be gorgeous. Pouring our soap right into the mold. And I'm gonna take my mold and give it a... Oh, it looks fantastic. It looks so beautiful. Now if I can't get, this should be a perfect fit because of mathematics. And I just make little batches now. I started doing this a few years ago when my daughter got kidney stones from using over-the-counter soaps. That's a long story. And it's just been working out really well. I started a little business, just some side money, nothing too crazy. People really like the soap and I usually sell out immediately after I post. Look at that color. Oh, this is going to be so nice. And this is a fall type soap. So this is going to take, give it a good shake. You don't want any air bubbles in there. You want the soap to be as smooth as possible. And again, I'm just taking my, I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. I'm just taking my scraper and getting all that soap out of the pitcher till it looks fairly clean inside, and then just scraping it right on to the soap mold. Looks great. Smells even better. I really wish you guys could smell this. And there's my little mold right there. All ready to go. I do let this sit because I use the canola oil and not olive oil. My soaps are a little bit softer in the mold. So I am going to have to let this sit for about 48 hours before I unmold it. And if you would like to see the unmolding and the cutting of this soap, it will be on my Instagram. Link down below. Come follow me on Instagram and you will see what this soap is going to look like. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. If you like this video, please subscribe to the channel. And you might like this one or this playlist. And be sure to click this little circle and subscribe. Bye.